I abandoned an $800,000 Facebook group business to start completely over on Skool, and in this video I'm going to tell you the brutal, honest truth about why I made that terrifying decision and then what happened next. Now, before you think I'm an idiot for walking away from something that generated $800,000 in revenue, let me tell you that it honestly was the best decision I've ever made in my entire life, and now I'm able to generate more predictable revenue than my Facebook group ever did. But the journey getting here, that was a totally different story. It was absolutely brutal. I had to rebuild everything from scratch. My revenue tanked for months, and every single day I questioned whether I'd made the biggest mistake in my entire life. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the real story about why I made this switch, the warning signs that I ignored way too long, and then what happened after I finally pulled the trigger. And if you stick around to the end, I'll actually show you the brand new model that I'm using that helped me generate $18,000 in revenue every single month, so I don't have to start every month at zero. All right, so let's walk and talk and I'll tell you the story. So I don't know about you guys, but I kind of feel like a complete dumbass walking on the street with a camera, but oh well, fighting through it. All right, so here's basically what happened. So I think it was 2021 when I first started my Facebook group. It was after COVID because I had just lost a yoga studio marketing agency because of COVID. A lot of my clients lost their businesses, so I basically had to start over from scratch again. That's happened multiple times. We'll get into that a little bit later. But so I started my Facebook group, and over about 3.5 years, I built it to over 4,200 people, generated over $800,000 selling my coaching program that taught people how to use Facebook groups to grow their own business. And so that was my business. It was going really, really well. Life was good. And then during that, I think it was 2022, I started to see something that pretty interesting that I started to pay attention to. So I started seeing all these gurus, a lot of the names, like Dan Henry, Aaron Fletcher, Billy Jean, Frank Kern, all these guys, Doug Boughton, he was a big Facebook group guy. All these guys were moving from Facebook groups to a platform called Skool. And none of these guys make rash decisions. Everything that they do is based on data. So I'm like, all right, something's going on here. I better pay attention to this because the businesses that have failed for me in the past that were doing really well, coasting right along, and then I noticed some red flags. I didn't pay attention to them, and then it was too late by the time I wanted to do something about it. So this time I did not want that to happen. So I was paying close attention to, what was going on in the market. Didn't really think about it for another, 6 months, a year. And I ran into my buddy Rob Bailey at a GoHighLevel event. And I asked him, why did you move your Facebook group over to Skool? He's like, dude, I don't know if you noticed, but the engagement on Facebook is absolutely dying. And I was noticing that in my own Facebook group. I just didn't want to think about it. It's like, damn, if I have to move, this is my whole business. That's pretty scary. So kept paying attention to it. And then around, I think it was New Year's of 2023, Sam Evans came out with a special offer, New Year's offer to get a year of Skool for $997, and you get these extra courses and everything like that. Well, around that same time, I was looking for a place to house my courses. So I took the offer, put my courses in Skool, let the people that had purchased the course into Skool, and really that was about it. I passively grew it by zapping everybody that joined my Facebook group into the Skool community. And so it didn't post anything in there. It was a ghost town. There was nothing in there, right? And so over the course of the year, I had seen my engagement continue to drop in my Facebook group. I had seen multiple different horror stories of Facebook group owners losing their Facebook groups, like huge Facebook groups, like 60,000, 100,000 members getting shut down, and they're crushing their entire business. Like one guy I knew, his name's Chris Weiser. He's in the MSP space, and he's generating like $5 million a year, and he has a 23,000, I don't know how big it is now, Facebook group, 23,000 people Facebook group, and his profile got hacked, and somebody posted, porn on his profile, and he was locked out of his profile for over a month, I think, and his whole business is
focused around this Facebook group. So his revenue tanked for like a month and a half. And that is, I mean, that's pretty scary when that is your whole entire business. And you could easily any day log in and your account shut down. So that's another thing that just I've always been thinking about is I need to own my own audience. I can't be a slave to these algorithms. I can't be a slave to Mark Zuckerberg and his whims on what he wants to focus on every single month. I've got to own my own audience. So that's another kind of thing I started thinking about when I wanted to move over from Facebook groups to Skool. So owning your own audience. So over the course of that year, my engagement was dropping. I had passively grown my my Skool community to around 1,000 people. And so it was January, I think 8th, I had decided to do a promotion to launch a new offer. And the reason behind the promotion was that I was about to hit 1,000 members in my Skool community. So we did a big promotion. We teach you how to do these promotions in my Community Builders Elite community. That's one of the things that we teach people how to do to bring in cash flow. And so I ran one of these promotions, and literally the next day, Alex Hermosi came out on Twitter and announced that he had made the biggest investment in his entire life into a platform called Skool. And it just felt like, honestly, God, whatever you want to call, whatever you believe in, the universe was just telling me, hey, you know, it's time to make this move. You got to make this move. I don't know if you've ever felt that, where you just see all these signs and it just feels like it's pointing you to make a certain decision. Well, that's exactly what I felt like. So I decided to make the jump to Skool, and it was scary. Like, I basically had to completely abandon everything that I was doing with the Facebook groups because I didn't feel comfortable teaching something that I wasn't doing in my own business anymore. And so I started to try different strategies, kind of similar how you use Facebook groups in Skool, but it's definitely different. And so I tried these different strategies from these different guys that were starting their own Skool communities, and everybody was kind of learning at the time. And I went about, 6 months with my revenue taking a huge nosedive than what I'd been used to over the past 3.5 years. And so, I mean, every night I was like in cold sweats. I remember honestly crying a couple of times just because I was like, what the hell am I going to do? Am I going to have to get a 9-to-5 job, which is my worst nightmare? And so about June of 2000, I think it was 24, I found something that was starting to work. And so we kind of optimized our Skool community to book phone calls, right? And so that month we generated 61, I think, sales calls, and that's the most I had ever done. Actually, no, June, that was like 45, which was more than I had ever done in my Facebook group in a single month. Then the next month, I think it was 61, and then the next month like 65, and the next month like 69 or something like that. And in August, I believe it was, we launched our paid community. And so I had been running the hybrid model of one free community with paid people in it, and it didn't work as well as I wanted it to, so I made this shift from free to having 2 communities. That's the model that I was talking about. And everything started to click. I mean, we started booking a ton more phone calls. We launched a brand new high-ticket service or offer, and the revenue just took off. And over the past, and it's way more consistent than my Facebook group ever was because I didn't have a monthly recurring revenue stream with my Facebook group. And with Skool, I do, because my paid community, people come in, they either pay a monthly or annual subscription, and I have that. I'm building that monthly recurring revenue every month, which is pretty awesome because I don't have to start at zero every single month. I have that buffer in place that makes me feel, much more confident and stable in my income. So over the past, I think it's now 10 months, we're up to, I think, 18,100 something in monthly recurring revenue. We have a high-ticket offer that is selling really well. It's got some done-for-you elements to it, and people really like it. And we just launched a brand new 8-week boot camp to get people to upgrade to our annual membership. So it's cruising right along. It's honestly way better than my Facebook group ever was, and I own my own audience. I don't have to worry about any of the algorithm changes or Mark Zuckerberg changing his mind about what he wants to focus on. And that's the power of having a community platform like Skool. I honestly think communities are the best funnels for growing like a coaching business or an agency or even a done-for-you service or just a passion project, because you can do all of the regular marketing tactics. You can do webinars, video sales letters, anything you want to do regularly to market your business. You can still do it with a community, but now you have a platform where you own the audience. You can put offers in front of those audiences, and you have that monthly recurring revenue that's coming in. So that's basically the story. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please be sure to like and subscribe. And I'll also drop a couple of links to other videos that kind of walk through the model that we're currently using and how we're making money with Skool. And hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.